We need to talk about Lil Nas X because what's going on with him right now is just, it's just not good. This conversation needs to be had, and even though it's pretty much being talked about by the entire rap community, I decided I want to give you guys my perspective on this and not just be like Lil Nas X bad. We can actually talk about this and not just hate blindly. I can give you good reasons to hate because when it comes to stuff like this, I'm going to be a D1 hater. So let's get into this and give you guys a little bit of background of what I'm talking about if you don't already know. So I'm sure you have not seen this extremely annoying face in the news on your social media since this whole thing. The blood in the shoes, more known as the Satan shoes by the internet, which came out in 2021. Man, time flies. I can't believe it's been that long since those shoes came out. Well, Lil Nas X is back to make more people mad by mocking religion because he is dropping his new album, and that is the only thing that he can do to make people care about him. And this is what got people really angry, is that he's basically using a religion, Christianity in specific, as a pawn in his rollout and marketing strategy. And hey, I mean, it works. I'm obviously talking about this right now and it's going just super viral. But honestly, what he's doing now, in my opinion, is way worse than anything before, and it's such a low way to market. And before we get even deeper into this, if you guys could like the video, it would help a ton, and subscribe. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers, and I know we can get there super soon. All right, let's go into this. The main controversy previously, one part was obviously the blood shoes that I mentioned before, but the whole main thing was that he was twerking on the devil. And that was in 2021 for his last album release. But what's causing anger now is his new stunt. And it's that he's been posting all over social media that he's been entering his Christian era, and he got accepted to study religion at a Christian university, which obviously, if you have more than 2 brain cells, you can kind of tell that this is all just complete cap. But he knows people are stupid enough to get mad at this and give this attention. He's literally just an internet troll. It's what he does. And because he's dropping a new single, what more could an artist want besides having all eyes on them when they're dropping a song? And also when it's been a long time since their last album. It's kind of the perfect setup for an artist almost. Now, this song plays into this controversy a lot because it is called J Christ, and it released the other day. And there was a little bit of backlash and hate when he said he was going into his Christian era, like I mentioned before, but the real hate revealed itself when the cover to this single dropped. And what was on the cover was him depicted as Jesus on a cross. And many artists have done this or similar things to this. We have seen Kendrick with his crown of thorns after Mr. Morale dropped performing Savior, which was him basically saying that I'm a celebrity, not your savior. And Kanye with Yeezus portraying himself as Jesus on magazines and calling himself a god. And honestly, it's all just stupid and disrespectful. Now, Kanye doesn't get much slack when doing these kinds of stunts, and neither does Kendrick, and I can tell you exactly why. It's because they're actually respected in the industry, unlike Lil Nas X. Whereas he is just like some internet troll, and these are actual artists, and people respect their work a ton, and Lil Nas X just doesn't have that. Like, Kanye has done his whole thing on religion, and if you really know the meanings, it's not that bad and not that much mockery, and that's not an excuse. The magazine cover I showed you is probably the worst of what you're gonna get with Kanye. And Kendrick, it was definitely done tastefully, or as tasteful as it could get. But I don't know, it just still gives me a bad vibe. And like I said before, just because they're respected doesn't make any of it okay at all. It's all just very cringe to do anything with religion, in my opinion. And religion is also one of those sensitive topics that people don't like to talk about much, which I'll never understand, which is kind of partially why I'm making this video, to talk about it. So now that you guys have gotten a background, here's what I think. Now, I'm gonna try and keep this as unbiased as possible because I am Catholic myself, and the way I can do that is starting off with this. If Lil Nas X depicted himself as Muhammad and, I don't know, did some shit with the Kaaba, or if he mocked Jewish people, there would be internet-wide outrage. But because it's Christianity, this disrespect goes overlooked and nobody cares. It's just insane to me how on the internet, Jesus has almost become this like pop culture figure that if you're not a Christian, you could just do whatever you want with Jesus, say whatever you want about Jesus, and just mock it. And yeah, it is hypocritical from another lens when you listen to the genre of music that we're talking about here, and most of you probably enjoy being rap. And even though Lil Nas X has kind of gone pop, he's still kind of in our space, if you know what I mean. But back to what I was saying, in rap, they talk about drugs, murder, killing, sex. But in my opinion, it's still not on that level of mocking a religious figure, because it's just disrespectful. And it seems people are finally fed up because a lot of people are speaking out about this, which for Lil Nas X, mission accomplished. This is exactly what he wanted. Here's the big clip from Kai Cenat that is going viral right now and most people are talking about in their Lil Nas X videos.
Instagram and like,
no, fuck that. Yo, Lil Nas X, you could eat my whole dick. I hate that nigga, bro. Nah, that shit just popped up in my head, bro. That nigga, bro, nah, word of my mother, bro, God gonna handle you in the right way. I didn't even talk about that yet, bro, but look, God gonna handle you, bro, and you're, bro.
What he did?
No, bro.
What he did?
No, bro. God gonna handle that nigga. Real shit.
What did he do?
Nah, bro. I'm not even gonna explain it, bro.
Which a lot of people in the comments of this clip have been saying that Kai just had a little kid on his stream, Lil RT, if you don't know who he is, rapping about murder and drugs and all these really bad things. And I think what people don't realize is you can condemn both of these things. Like, you don't have to pick one to be bad. Like, they can both be bad. Like, both of those things are terrible. And that's why I brought up being hypocritical before, because you can think both are not good. I don't think at its core it's that hypocritical unless someone says that's okay and that's not okay, but I hope you guys are kind of getting where I'm at. The stuff Lil Nas X is doing is just straight up disrespect, and that's where I think it's worse, but I still think both are bad. And this just really sucks because I don't think Lil Nas X makes like really terrible music. He makes catchy music, it goes viral, it does its job. It's not anything groundbreaking, but yeah, it's just good to listen to. What more could you ask for from music? But because he does these things as a joke and it's not tastefully like those other artists like Kanye and Kendrick, it just ends in outrage and honestly is just really disrespectful. And from that, he loses a ton of fans and credibility, which there is no possible way that this could be tasteful. I think depicting yourself as any religious figure is just barking up the wrong tree. And along with that, just to go back to something we were talking about before, calling this whole fiasco a Christian era is just disgusting. Because it's a religion people follow and believe in, not an era. Could you imagine if someone got up and was like, oh yeah, I'm in my Jewish era or I'm in my Islam era? Like, it just sounds stupid. It's just him mocking it. People online are saying that the only reason the general public and Christians mostly are mad and treat him this way is because he's gay also, which just makes no sense. And a big reason that Lil Nas X allegedly does this is because he grew up in a heavy Christian household, so that caused him struggles with his own identity, and his dad being homophobic and trying to force that on him created some outrage within himself, obviously, and he says that is the reason he does this, kind of like an FU to all Christians, because apparently we all think that way, and I think that makes it even more disrespectful to assume that all of these people would hate him because of that. I mean, I'm an example here. Like I said, I'm Catholic, and I don't dislike him because he's gay. I dislike him because he mocks my religion. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this really. I would love to hear what all of you think in the comments. Let's please be as civil and educated as possible. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there's no reason to blindly hate. At least be educated on what you're hating on. Leave a like to help my channel. I appreciate it a ton. Subscribe for more content similar to this and just keeping up with rap culture and news. We're super close to 20K, like I said. Let's hit it soon. Thank you guys all for watching, and on that note,